Today we're going over January's budget. We're going to review what I intend to bring in terms of income in January. And then we're also going to review what I intend to spend in January. There are two quick changes that will be different from previous videos, so I'll go over them right now. The first one is that generally in every single monthly budget recap, I review what I made in the month prior and what I spent in the month prior, and then we go into the current month and what my spending plan looks like for that month. The problem is that I learned, my bank was Bank of America, and I learned that they were charging me a $25 monthly maintenance fee, which pissed me off. And so I closed my accounts and changed over to Capital One. But in being mad, instead of hiding it in my Quick and Simplify budgeting app, I completely deleted it. And I did not think or realize that in deleting my bank account in my budgeting app, it would delete all history. So I don't have income or spending history for December. There wasn't anything super interesting. I didn't shop for Black Friday. I didn't shop for Christmas. I didn't spend anything on myself, and I really didn't spend outside of my norm. So going forward, we will review the month prior, but this month we just can't. I don't want to make this intro too long, but the second thing is that I have my full-time job and then I have two side hustles. One of those side hustles, if you've been watching for a while, you'll know that I am a search engine manager. I manage paid ads for a company. And it was a company that I used to work for 10 years. I left, I started selling real estate, left real estate, got back into marketing. And then my previous job where I managed paid ads called me and wanted me to come on a freelance basis. So now myself, one of the sales managers, the owner, and the CFO meet on a monthly basis to review marketing and marketing dollars. I don't want to go too in depth with this. I don't want to say a lot because it's not just including me, but one of the sales manager, there's not many people I dislike, but I really dislike her. There's like 0.01% of the population that I really dislike and actually don't get along with. She's one of those people. And she started yelling at me. And I started yelling back, which I shouldn't have, but I did. Anyway, all of this to say that we got into a big argument, and I called the owner after, and I said, look, you just hired a web designer, and I know that they have an in-house paid ads person. I said, why don't you have them take it over for a little while, see what they can do? It's fine. And he was like, no, we're going to keep you on. It's fine. I'm sorry about what just happened. I've, up until this point, have relied on that paycheck, which is about $17.50 per month as extra income, but I've relied on it in terms of managing my bills and extra spending. So what I decided going forward is that I'm still going to stay with them, at least for a little while, but I'm not going to count it towards my income. So I'm only going to try to live on one of my side hustles and my full-time job. And so that extra money, you'll see it, but I'm not going to count it because I don't want to be reliant on it at all. Like if I have to step away at any point, I want to be completely okay with that. I still might even do that, but ideally, I think the smartest decision would be to wait until my car is paid off and I'm essentially debt-free and then do that. So we'll see. Okay, enough talking. Let's get into January's budget. The first thing we're going to do is go into income, what I expect to bring in January. The app I'm using is called Quick and Simplify. I will leave the link below. It is an affiliate link, but you don't have to use it. You can just go to their website and sign up if this is something that looks appealing to you. And just remember that if one budgeting thing works for one person, it doesn't mean that it's going to work for you. You might have to test out a few budgeting methods, whether it's an Excel spreadsheet, a different app, by hand. There's a bunch of different methods. Anyway, all right, so let's go into income first. In January, you will see what I did here, okay? So in January is a 3-check month. I get paid bi-weekly. This is a month where I end up with 3 checks instead of 2. but I want to try to live on the norm. So I'm excluding the third check from my income. Like I'm not counting that in my spending plan, and I'm not including YouTube salary. So I'll show you what I'm talking about. You'll see here, 1, 2. These two are my full-time salary. This check is actually supposed to be a lot higher, but I got extremely sick at the end of December and all my PTO was used up. So I took 2 days off and was not paid for them. But I couldn't even work from home. I like couldn't lift my head off of the pillow. I had no choice but to take them off. So, and then this Venmo, this is, I do some social media on the side for one client. And so he pays me $500 per month. And there's that. And then this $300 is part of my salary, but that goes directly into a high yield savings account. So essentially what I'm trying to work with is my 2 paychecks and then one side hustle of $500. That would take me out to, it should be more than this, but because I was homesick, this puts me under $5,000 for the month. And so that's $4,449. If I was to include all of my normal income for the month, I will be bringing in $8,727. So you can see here, this check deposit of $1,750, that is the client that I do paid ads for. I put it in here, but I marked it as not including it in the income that I can put towards my spending. I did that with YouTube. So YouTube, I expect to be paid $815.16 this month, but I don't like to count on YouTube at all whatsoever. Like to me, it doesn't exist. It can end at any time. It doesn't even feel real. It's very strange. I just don't even like to think of YouTube as an income stream. A lot of people don't agree with me in this category, but I don't know. I just feel really weird about it. So I don't count that. And then this is the third check that I'll technically have, but I'm not counting this as a paycheck that I can count on this month. I don't know why. I just want to try to budget on the lowest amount possible. What I realized I was doing is that I'm living on all of my money. But what I would like to do is to be able to live on less. And so make a lot more than what I'm spending. And I had a light bulb moment. I'm like, okay, I should do that. I should have been doing that. So instead of trying to live on all of my money, act like some of it doesn't exist and live on a lot less. So that's what we're going to try to do this month and then going forward. Let's go over bills. So if we go over bills, I have one car payment I already made $1,000 payment to. My goal is to put $2,500 towards my car every single month. So I've already done $1,000. I have $1,500 left to go. AAA membership, $61. I actually don't know why I have this. Oh, wait, do I have this because of my car insurance? I should know that. So I'm going to look into that after this. I don't know why this has not popped up and been in front of my face before, but it's alarming. Epidemic Sound, $17.99. I'm actually bothered by this because I use it for YouTube for vlogs because you have to use non-copyrighted music or else you'll get demonetized and sometimes your video won't show up or have to be taken down. But I don't vlog, I feel, enough. Like I might use one song, I might use a total of 2 minutes in a video. Is it worth it right now to pay $17.99 a month? I don't think so. I mean, I think I might have another option. The music might not be as good, but I think you'll be able to tolerate it for 20 seconds, maybe. Or maybe I won't even use music. Maybe I'll figure out another way. I think I'm going to cancel this for now. I don't need it right away. Rent. Why is this under car payment? Let's fix that. Rent. Thank you. The rent. Okay. 1,000. If you don't know my situation, my partner and I moved in with his parents about 5 months ago, maybe about 4 or 5 months ago. And we had the intention of just staying for like 2 months because there were like no rentals available at all. And it was at the beginning of summer. I live on Cape Cod. It's a high tourist season. So any of the rentals available were like a week or 2 months. They didn't do any long term. So we're like, we're going to move in for a little while. But his stepmother she's very sick and needs a lot of help. And I think his dad felt more comfortable with us being here. So we stayed here. We agreed to stay here longer to help out, to make sure. We've already had some scary situations happen. So just to make sure that everybody is safe and okay. And because of that, we've offered to pay a million times over. I've asked him so many times, like, please let me pay a cost of living to live here. And he just wouldn't take it. But his sister went to their house in Florida. And because she's there to take care of them, they went down for a few months. She's taking care of them. So now while we have this whole house to ourselves, we are paying to live here. Like, we're paying all the expenses, upkeep, utilities, heating, all of it. So I'm factoring that it will be around $1,000 per month, maybe $1,200. We'll see. Rent the Runway, $185.94. Dropbox, this is where I store all of my videos for full-time job, side hustles, all of that. It's kind of important right now. So $12.74. Planet Fitness is my gym, $23.07. This Brown University Health, this is my insurance. This is my medical bill from an MRI. I owed a few $1,000s, and so I'm paying that down $300 a month. Sign Up Genius, this is for my full-time job. This is $11.99, and then car insurance, $186. Okay, so that is my income and bills. If we're working on instead of an $8,700 income, we're cutting that in half essentially. So if we're working on a $4,400 income, after bills and savings, I'm left with $1,300. Okay, so let's go into planned spending. Amazon, I allowed myself $150 for the month. I've already spent $52.78. So I spent $52 already. I gave myself $150 total. I have $97 left. Amazon generally is either gum, because I have a gum addiction, which is not healthy. Hoodia lollipops. Hoodia is an appetite suppressant, and there are these lollipops that I am heavily addicted to. I really don't eat any sugar, like any sweets whatsoever. I gave them up, with the exception of these damn lollipops, because they're so good. I'll have like 2 or 3 a day, like usually after a meal, or if I want something. If I'm not that hungry, but I want like just something, I have a lollipop. Like, I'm 5 years old. They're heavily addicting. Like, I've tried to stop because they're kind of expensive. They're like $32 a bag or $36 a bag for 30. But I can't stop. I love them so much. So that's generally like gum, lollipops, or generally sometimes, like, if I don't go to Whole Foods, I'll buy like a bag of organic nuts or something. But I'm not like heavily shopping on Amazon. Or I'll buy my toothpaste and mouthwash. Okay, car repair. Just in case something happens with my car, I like to kind of put money towards it, or know I have money towards it. So right now I have $600 available, and then I put $100 towards that in my planned spending per month. Coffee, I have cut this down a lot. I am allowing myself $40 per month, which is down from like $180, $150 per month. So far I've spent $748. And basically what I'm doing now in the month of January is that I'll only get a coffee before my morning workouts on the weekends. So Saturday and Sunday, I allow myself to go get a coffee and then go to the gym, because it's just like a little treat that I enjoy. I love the process. Dogs, well, animals, fur babies. I allow myself $150 per month. This is cat litter, cat food, dog treats. Gas, I allow myself $150. Groceries, I'm allowing myself $600. And if you've watched any of my earlier videos, I was at like $1,900. So I've really dropped down. I'm generally spending about $550 a month on groceries. Nails, $50 a month. I get them done once per month. Restaurants, my boyfriend and I switch off paying on date nights. Like, tonight is date night. One of us will pay. But generally, it'll come out to like $200 a month. And then stuff I forgot about. I give myself 150 because for sure things pop up that are not in the budget that I always forget about. So I like to have some extra money there. All right, now we'll go into other spending, which is stuff I did not count on, staples. And that was something for my full-time job. And then I got a few CO2 tanks because I do the soda stream, soda water. I'm also heavily addicted to soda water. So that was something, the soda stream, and then for work, I didn't anticipate it, so that's other spending. I'm gonna take you into my savings goals in a minute, but I just wanted to show you. So this number, this 1,300, this is what I have left after taking into account my bills and also my savings goals. So it takes these two into account. If you look here, I'm actually negative 303, which is not good. It means I'm like overspending. I mean, the good thing is that we're working off of 4,400, not 8,700. So I do have the money to cover it. I'm not too worried about this because in a general month, I will not be taking time off that is not paid for. So generally, I would have, I think, 400 extra here normally. And so that would cover this. And so I can actually operate on full-time salary and then that one side job of 500 and not include my other side hustle or my YouTube income, which is really good news. So generally, I like to see this number as a positive. If I was doing zero-based budgeting, which is where you assign a job to every dollar, there's no extra money just sitting in your account waiting to be spent. It can't be spent because every single dollar in your account will go towards something. If I was doing that type of budgeting, which is very popular among a lot of people, then in my normal month where I'm not taking time off and not getting paid, this would be at a zero. And I would be basically zero-based budgeting because I would not have anything left over. I don't feel very comfortable with that. I like to have a little left over. So I'm gonna have to tweak this. We're gonna have to play with it, see how it goes. Not perfect, this is the first month doing it, but I'm pretty comfortable with this right now, where I am. Let's quickly go into savings goals. So this shows that I have available 0, 0. I have, in my account, I have some money allocated towards these things, but it doesn't show because it was coming out of my Bank of America account. When I deleted that bank account, it deleted all of the history and all of the savings or allocated money. So we have to redo it. The OSHIZ fund, I like to just contribute to this goal just to make sure I have a little bit of extra money per month. My target is 200. I've allocated 100. Botox, let's add a little. Let's contribute to this goal. My target is 50. So we can contribute $50 to this. Contribute. And then my hair, I actually have a hair appointment on January 10th. And I do already have money towards this, all of the money, but we're going to contribute anyway. My monthly target is 23. We will contribute 2308. And then, we have to contribute from an account. So it asks you to choose where you want to save the money from, which account. So we will choose the checking account and we will contribute. So we have contributed for this month. Let's quickly go over just my bank accounts and then anything extra I think is worth noting. So if we go in, this is my dashboard. This gives me a bird's eye view of everything. You'll see here spending plan, negative 303. And then this gives me a quick recap of what I have spent recently, Wednesday to today. These are upcoming bills and payments, so I don't forget. This gives me a diagram of what I spent the most on, and you'll see that the majority of my spending so far is towards my car payment. Okay, so in my accounts, I have, in my primary checking, I currently have $4,700. In my YouTube checking account, which is like, to me, non-existent, it doesn't live anywhere. To me, it's like fake money. It's like Monopoly money. I'm just like, it doesn't exist. I'm not touching it. So that is $3,000. And then with a paycheck of a little over $800 this month, that will be $3,800. Credit card, I owe $157.22. I put extra things on my credit card this month because I'm waiting for my new debit card from my new checking account to come in. But that's fine. I'll just easily pay that off. And then high yield savings has $8,400. I'm trying to build this back up. I had to take some money out to pay off my last big bill. And so there's that. Let's quickly go into transactions to see if there's anything alarming here. They really shouldn't be. Coffee, that was this morning for the gym. Oh, yeah, RP strength. Okay, so I like to work out, and then I've been watching YouTube videos of this guy. His name is Mike Isertel, and he's very smart. He's very jacked, and he has a PhD in physiology or something. Anyway, I really enjoy his YouTube content, and he has an app where you record all of your workouts. So I was like, let me give this a try. I paid the $34.99 for a month. I'm actually a little mad about this because this was an impulse purchase. I didn't think about this. I kind of like saw it and I was like, yeah, let me just try this because I like him. I like what he's doing. I don't like the app at all. It's not working for me. I immediately, the second I started using it, I was like, this is not for me at all. So I'm actually going to email them today. They do refunds, and I did this last night, so I'm going to ask for a refund. But that was a stupid purchase. No impulse purchases. Nothing. It was stupid. I didn't even I thought about it a little bit, but I should have given myself at least a few days to think it over, and I didn't. All right, gas, credit card payment. Again, I just paid $424.27 because I put a lot of stuff like groceries on the credit card while I waited for my debit card to come in. Amazon, this is gum, gas, personal income, coffee, personal income, car payment. So there's nothing, groceries, $36.43. There's really nothing alarming here, right? So that's what I spent in December so far. We're gonna quickly go over my debt payoff plan. This is a website, but it's also an app, and the app is usually what I'm mostly in. It's called the Debt Payoff Planner. I will leave the link below. It is not an affiliate link. I do not make any money. They do not know I exist. I just like it. This is the debt payoff plan that I prefer. So right now, according to this, in 8 months, I will be completely debt-free. So far, since I started this, I think I started using this app in September. I have paid off $23,418, and I have $25,000 left over to pay. And with paying more than I usually would have before I started this, I've saved over $1,000 in interest payments, which is awesome. And because I put extra money, I've accelerated my debt payoff plan by a year and 5 months. I find this app so satisfying. Car payment, I have a 6.74% APR. So this is why I'm paying this down first as opposed to my medical bill. And my minimum payment is actually $550, but again, I'm trying to put $2,500 towards it per month to get it down as quickly as possible. And then this was an MRI I had, so I'm paying this balance down. It's $548. Honestly, I might just pay that off this month just so I don't have to look at it anymore. And then this shows me what's upcoming. So according to this, I have a payment for my health insurance, $300. And then, oh yeah. And then it's telling me, okay, in January, you need to make sure you have $2,850 set aside to pay these bills. And then Rockland, which is my car payment, it actually wants me to pay, $2,600 it wants me to pay this month, which is fine. I will do that. The only thing that will set me back a little bit that I haven't seen yet is I thought I had Lyme disease, so I went to the doctor, I think a month or two ago, and I had to have some blood drawn and some tests. I do have health insurance, but there's a very high deductible. So I have not gotten that bill, but I know I'm going to get a bill. I'm just hoping it's not that much money. I'll likely do whatever I can to pay it off as quickly as possible. But being debt-free by May 27th of this year is amazing. So let's hope all stays according to plan. So that's what January 2025 looks like. I don't anticipate any hiccups. Hopefully everything stays the same. And that's about it. I will talk to you next week. Okay, thanks.